venue. Sri Lanka won the toss. Ranatunga elected to bat. And an informed Mahanama and a determined Hathurusingha opening batting under very helpful conditions. We pick up play with Owens bowling to Roshan Mahanama. Stroked away through mid-on. A good stroke there. Long chase for Andrew Jones. But he won't get to it. The outfield a bit slow near the ropes. But the ball having sufficient power. So that's the first boundary in this test match. Sua to Hathurusingha. Balls outside the line of the off stump. Not a good stroke there from Hathurusingha. Mahanama strokes this one beautifully backward of point. That's 4. A glorious stroke to a over-pitch delivery from Michael Owens. And Mahanama in very good touch. Once again, a similar stroke past a diving Jones there at gully. 4 more to Mahanama. And that's his third boundary. And the score moving up to 31. So Mahanama in very good touch. Chris Pringle, one of 2 changes in the New Zealand team. And stroked away past the bowler. That's a good stroke there down the pitch. And a long chase, but the ball will just stop inside the boundary. But in fact, Sua making a mistake. So that's the 4th boundary for Mahanama. Owens into him once more. And clipped away through mid-wicket. That's one of his favourite strokes. That'll be 4. He timed and picked that gap up very well. The ball travelling very quickly. Pringle giving that ball well up to the right-hander's leg stump. And he moved inside the line and timed it so well. Absolutely no chance of cutting that one. Here's Grant Brandman, the next change in the New Zealand team. And that's 4. Through extra cover. 4 runs. He danced down to the delivery that time. One of 5 instances where father and son playing for New Zealand. The Sri Lankan 50 coming up in 55 minutes. An over-pitch delivery and 4 more. Full toss cracked through cover by Mahanama. And Bradburn giving a lot of air that time. Hathurusingha stroked it beautifully backward to square. Long chase there for Michael Owens. Picks it up inside the boundary. And a comfortable couple for Hathurusingha takes him on to 14. Pringle once more into him. Drops it short outside the off stump and played away beautifully on the offside. A long chase for Sua, maybe 4, but a brilliant save there from Murphy Sua just inside the boundary, and that will bring Hathurusingha 3 more runs. Pringle dropping it short outside the line of the off stump, and Hathurusingha loves to play that stroke. In fact, one of his favourite strokes, and beat the fielders, but a splendid effort there from Murphy Sua at the boundary. And he is one of the better fielders in the New Zealand team. Roshan Mahanama now on 32. Bradburn into him. Flights and stroked away on the onside past the bowler. 1 more to Roshan Mahanama. And that's his 50. So he's into the 50s for the 6th time in as many matches. And he's in very fine form since the 3rd test in Pakistan. Bradburn into him, and Mahanama just walks inside the line, strokes him on the onside. Long chase for Murphy Sua. He's been very active on the field, gets a boot to it once more, and the batsman cross over for 3 runs. So the Sri Lankan openers doing their job under very helpful conditions. The pitch expected to take turn. Harris into the attack, bowls to Mahanama, and on the half volley through the covers, 4 more. That was a pretty loose delivery from Chris Harris, brought into the attack by the New Zealand captain, and that's the 2nd bowling change for them this morning. And Harris expected to take much of the bowling, but Mahanama in such good form. Up to him, balls and stroked away through mid-wicket. That'll be 4 more. Timed it well, and he's been playing that stroke so well, and New Zealand cannot afford to bowl and feed him right up there. And Mahanama in so delightful touch. That's his 10th boundary. The full toss. Strokes through cover. He picked that get up so well. A friendly full toss there from Chris Harris, and that's the 3rd consecutive boundary for Roshan Mahanama. So Hathurusingha now taking strike from Chris Pringle. Bowls to him and stroked away through cover. 4 runs. Good shot there. Timed it well. The half volley and hit very firmly indeed all along the ground. And that's the Sri Lankan total as Pringle comes in to Mahanama, who strokes it away backward to square once more. A long chase for Murphy Sua. He will get to it inside the boundary, and he's being pretty quick and having a lot of work. And the Sri Lankans having a good strike rate at this stage. Pringle up to Hathurusingha. Bowls to him, backcuts firmly, and that will be another long chase for the fielder. And Sua picks up and returns 2 more to Hathurusingha. He moves up to 27. Lunch approaching on the first day. Owens into Hathurusingha. Bowls full toss, driven firmly but straight to Harris at cover, and he takes a comfortable catch. And Hathurusingha departs, and a pretty loose delivery but stroked on the front foot straight to cover. And that ball outside the line of the off stump to Hathurusingha was full stretch, and he miscued that stroke straight to Chris Harris, who accepted that catch, and that was the breakthrough New Zealand were really working for. And Owens delighted. Picks up his 3rd wicket in Test cricket, but in so much of a disappointing fashion for Chandika Hathurusingha. He batted throughout this morning, he worked very hard, but he was out hitting 3 boundaries. So that's the lunchtime score in 26 overs, and Murphy Sua with the first over after lunch. A loud appeal by Parore, but probably graced the thigh pad of Mahanama. Sua dropping it short outside the line, and yes it is, as he shaped to play it on the onside. The ball just grazing the thigh pad and through to the wicket keeper. Mahanama now on 72, having hit 12 boundaries. And that's his 13th one, through mid-wicket once more. Walking inside the line of that delivery, pitched up to him and then flicking it, roll over the stumps. A long chase there for Hartland, he won't get to it. That delivery did come back a long way, well bowled Owens. Sua into Mahanama, he committed the batsman to a very loose stroke that time. A good one, left the right-hander. Coming in from the left-hander, bowling over the wicket and angling across the bat of Mahanama as he lunged forward. Good delivery and a very lucky save there for Roshan Mahanama. He was committed to the stroke, away from his body, the ball just left him. So Owens bowled well, up to Mahanama once more. And stroked away through mid-wicket. So many runs coming for Mahanama, and once more he was middling that ball very well. Hartland gets to it this time just inside the boundary, and the throw comes in to Parore well away from the wicket, and the total up to 114 for 1. Gurusinha at the non-striker's end as Mahanama strokes it once more, but beautifully fielded there by Brian Hartland, diving to his left. And Mahanama really working that one, the ball travelling very quickly, but a splendid effort from the New Zealander on that occasion. The crowd built up. It was a couple of hundred spectators at the start. Owens into Gurusinha, the new batsman, strokes away on the offside. He found the gap that time, could reach the boundary. Long chase there for Jones, he won't get to it. 4 more, and that's Gurusinha's first boundary, taking the total up to 127. So Gurusinha on 8. Owens into him, balls, and outside the line of the off stump. Bad stroke there from the Sri Lankan one drop. Nowhere near it, playing it away from the body, and aiming for a very big swipe on the offside, and very nearly edging it through to the wicket keeper. A section of the New Zealand supporters, and a very few of them at the SSC. Grant Bradman into beat the left-hander and the wicket keeper. Rutherford after it. Should be at least 3 runs here, and a good delivery, and really deserved much better than that. Clearly beat Gurusinha as he was in 2 minds. He first wanted to go forward, then he wanted to play back almost from the crease, and Parore beaten. Owens into Mahanama and stroked away on the offside. Another glorious stroke, took it on the half volley, and he's seeing that ball so well, and that's boundary number 14 for Mahanama. Pringle into Mahanama, stroked it away through the gully area. That will be his 100. Jones the fielder. Splendid innings there from Roshan Mahanama, coming with the aid of 14 boundaries, and he has batted so well. That's his figures. His century coming in 168 minutes of batting. Gurusinha facing up to Bradburn. Well flighted, and off the back foot he punched that one. Long chase there for the fielder, but he won't get to it. 4 runs, back foot of point. So 2 fours to Gurusinha at this stage. Sri Lanka cruising along. Bradburn, and he's gone straight down the leg side, and Gurusinha nowhere near playing it. came inside the line and he was always in trouble as he came forward, as we see the action replay. He was in two minds and he lifted his back foot, and Parore in a flash, a good leg side stump there, and in comes Aravinda de Silva with Sri Lanka 2 down for 160. Pringle into him, bowls, he edges it and he's gone. Parore takes a simple catch and Pringle takes his first wicket on the Sri Lankan leg of the tour in test matches. A pretty loose stroke there from Aravinda de Silva, and he faced only 4 deliveries. So that's the second victim for the New Zealand wicketkeeper, as Pringle is delighted outside the line of the off stump, and pretty early there for Aravinda de Silva to play that stroke, and off and edge the ball flies to the wicketkeeper. So Sri Lanka losing their 3rd wicket with a total on 167. So the Sri Lankan captain coming in on his home grounds and facing up to Grant Bradburn. Sweeps it, and not a particularly convincing stroke, Rutherford the fielder. Came inside the line and tried to play it. A bit of risk there, but he got away with that one. Pringle into him. Bowls, and that one again down the leg side, well collected by the New Zealand wicketkeeper. Pringle straying a little bit, has 1 wicket, and off the pad there, an excellent save by Adam Parore. So Ranatunga expecting to play a responsible innings, and that's one of his favourite strokes. Excellently clipped through the mid-wicket field, 4 runs. No fielder there on the boundary. You cannot bowl up to the left-hander's foot, and both players playing on the onside so well. Bradburn into Ranatunga, pads it up. Umpire Samarasinghe not interested. The field now spread out and pretty overcast conditions. Mahanama stroking away, and beautifully taken there by Bradburn, diving forward, and that's the important wicket New Zealand were looking forward to. Inside the line, and Mahanama played it uppishly. He couldn't control that one, and at mid-wicket Bradburn diving forward, a splendid catch there from him. He really worked that one up and held on to it, diving forward, always eyes on the ball, and Owens picks up his 2nd wicket. So Mahanama, after a splendid knock, walks back, and the total is 182 for the loss of 4 wickets. Hashan Tillakaratne coming in, and 2 left-handers at the wickets, as Owens into Hashan Tillakaratne. Outside the line of the off stump, stroked away well. He got a hand to it, that one, Blair Hartland. The ball running down to the cover point boundary, and Murphy Sua into it, picks up and returns, and a couple to Hashan Tillakaratne takes him off the mark. Ranatunga drives on the onside, through mid-wicket, long chase there for John Wright. He won't get to it. 4 more, that's Ranatunga's 3rd boundary, and he timed it very well. Ranatunga showing very good touch. Against Australia, he scored 132 in the same ground, and Bradburn into him. Bowls, and Ranatunga back cuts firmly, 4 more. That's a good stroke. Pick the gap up and hit it well. Straying down the offside, Sua, and Ranatunga straight into the drive, 4 more. That's his 4th boundary. Sua into him now. Bowls, and once more through the covers, 4 more. That's his 6th boundary, and he is really hitting that ball outside the line of the off stump and moving into that one, and the total 220, the 200 coming up in the 58th over. The next ball cut back once again. Grant Bradburn gives chase. Will he get to it? Yes, he does, and sends in a quick flat return, but the batsman safely through for 3. Pringle into Ranatunga, bowls, and coming back into the left-hander, pads up. The New Zealander very optimistic, but the umpire not interested. Bradburn to the Sri Lankan captain, who strokes it away on the offside, 4 more. And he's really hitting that ball through the cover region very well. Foot to the pitch of that one and overstepping. Coming up at a very crucial time, the 50 partnership. The next ball turned away by Ranatunga. Pringle once again straying down the leg side. Jones the fielder. And Hashan Tillakaratne and Arjuna Ranatunga, they are putting up a good partnership. Ranatunga's 17th half century in Test cricket. The next ball lofted over long on. Could be a 6. No, it won't reach the boundary. First bounce in there. And for a moment I thought it was going to clear the long on fence. So Ranatunga has 8 boundaries now. And that ball coming back on Hashan Tillakaratne. Grant Bradburn very excited, but umpire Samarasinghe not interested. Ranatunga batting extremely well and hitting that ball very powerfully indeed. The responsibility on him, and he's lived up to it quite appreciably. Pringle into him, balls, and that was very close. A poor stroke from the Sri Lankan captain. Hashan Tillakaratne drives Grant Bradburn through the covers, wide off mid-off. That will be his first boundary. Waited a long time to hit that one. Pringle bowls to Ranatunga, drives, well fielded by Hartland at cover. Bradburn into Hashan Tillakaratne. He really moved into that one, cracked it through cover point. Long chase there for the fielder, who gets to it just inside the boundary. Good bit of fielding there by Grant Bradburn, picks up and now returns to Adam Parore. Not very well, but the batsman threw for 3 runs. Tillakaratne really moved into that one and hit it well. Ranatunga it is, taking strike from Bradburn. Flighted and dancing down the track that time through the half volley. 4 runs. He really moved into that one and hit it quite well. And Wens having taken 2 wickets as he did at Moratuwa, bowling exceptionally well. Into Ranatunga now. Bowls and he drives him firmly. And that's Pringle misfielding there at mid-off. And the batsman will take 2 and takes Ranatunga on to 76. Murphy Sua was troubled throughout the afternoon, was off the field for 3/4 of an hour, but has come back with the second new ball. Ranatunga edges Sua and through to wicket-keeper. He's gone. He didn't wait for the decision there. And that's the 5th wicket down with the total at 274. And Ranatunga faced 136 deliveries, hit 10 boundaries and batted for 182 minutes. Outside the line of the off stump, and the New Zealanders are lucky to see the back of the Sri Lankan captain out to a poor stroke there, playing away from the body and really not getting to the pitch of that one. So that's the 3rd victim there for Adam Parore behind the wickets for New Zealand. And Murphy Sua takes his first wicket. Gamini Wickremasinghe, the Sri Lankan wicket-keeper, comes in. Made 13 not out at Moratuwa. And with 7 overs remaining at the scheduled closing time. Sua into Hashan Tillakaratne, the balls, and he plays him well. Control that one through square leg. That'll be 4. Turning and then hitting it, controlling the stroke away from any of the fielders, and that's his 3rd boundary. So Tillakaratne on to 22. Sua into him. Balls and he drives firmly through the covers, and that's another glorious stroke from the Sri Lankan left-hander. And having put on 92 runs with his captain, he's in good touch. Edged that one through to the first slip. Rutherford is delighted. Gamini Wickremasinghe departs, and that's the 6th wicket down with the total at 286. A poor stroke there from Gamini Wickremasinghe, coming onto the back foot, away from the line of the delivery and away from his body. And a pretty simple chance there for Ken Rutherford at first slip, and the fielder made absolutely no mistake. Both hands to it, saw it through to him and gobbled that one. And that's a poor stroke there, and Sri Lanka at this stage looking to be there as much as possible. Gamini Wickremasinghe disappointing. The new batsman in is Dulip Liyanage. He could score a few runs. Owens into him. Has 3 wickets now. So good delivery in line with the stumps. So Hashan Tillakaratne and Dulip Liyanage, once again 2 left-handers at the wickets. Owens, a pretty good delivery there for Liyanage to receive as he came in. Has 3 wickets, bowling well. Another good delivery, and that went right through him, and he beat the outside edge and the wicket. And a safe collection there from Adam Parore. The crowd really enjoying some very good cricket, and play extended well past scheduled time. And Hashan Tillakaratne drives this one backward of point. Andrew Jones, the fielder, and he sends in a very good return to Adam Parore. Play extended for 45 minutes to complete the over, the first time a full day's play in this series, and 112 runs coming in the last session of 37 overs. Mahanama and Ranatunga leading the way, but Aravinda de Silva a failure. Owens bowled best, claiming 3 wickets, and the innings built around a New Zealand record for Sri Lanka of 100 runs for